Hi guys, it's Sweety Pie, and we're back again. Thank God we're back, because I feel like I haven't filmed in a hot minute, and I miss it terribly. I'm still buying products, I'm still buying makeup. Go check out my Instagram if you want like fresh feed. You can, kind of see exactly what I'm reviewing, like, because I always post it there first. So yeah. As you can see, today we are talking about the Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation from Hourglass. This is a hefty price tagged item. And today I am wearing it. I am going to do a full wear test for you guys, demo how I feel about this foundation, and like just because I feel like there's been a lot of weird reviews, a lot of negative reviews on Sephora. There was actually, I was somewhat surprised, there were 250 reviews, and no, 215 reviews with only 3 stars. That's bad for Sephora. So let's get into this video. Let's, spill the tea on this beautiful product. I actually really enjoyed it. I think that there is a way to apply it and a way not to apply it. So let's get into that. Oh, and if you are interested in my two-toned eye look, I am doing a review on the Huda Beauty Matte Metals. We'll talk about that later. Let's get into this. Alright guys, so of course there is always structure to my reviews. First, I'm going to spout off just a ton of information and a coffee stain about this product itself, how much is in it, all that good stuff compared to the stick, and what shade I am, all that good stuff. And then we are going to dive into just a brief synopsis of why I like or dislike this product, who I think it would be good for. Then we're going to go into our, our beefy, try on where you can see it applied to my face and see how I prefer to apply it. And also I do it the way they tell you to do it on Sephora kind of deal, only because it's the best way. I'm telling you, it is the best way. So yeah, that's the way we're going to plan this. I will hopefully put timestamps down below so that you can, navigate around to wherever you want to be. I could show a swatch. I feel weird that I don't have like a swatch, but you're going to see it on my face anyway. So yeah. Let's go into some information about this foundation because there is a bit of it. So $68 for this foundation. That is in Canadian. I am a Canadian citizen, so it's in Canadian dollars. $68 for 0.68 ounces. Everybody knows there's about an ounce in pretty much every foundation. So here we go. Hourglass is like giving you less and and it's funny, like people make those types of assumptions that they're like, oh yeah, because it's Hourglass, 1, they don't have to give you as much as everyone else does, and 2, they can charge $68 for the bottle. I think that that's kind of ridiculous, but I can also say that this is going to last you for quite a while because you really don't use all that much of it. The stick is $56 and there is 0.25 ounces in it. I am shell in both the foundation and the stick. I actually ended up buying porcelain, but it works, but I still think that I like the tanner one a little bit better, and thank goodness I was able to compare the two because shell is what I would normally wear in their stick foundation, whereas I got porcelain, which is the light version. It's the neutral light version. They have a ton of shades, or maybe not. They have 32 shades on Sephora, and I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure like the balance of shades was pretty good. Let me check. So yeah, I see a really, really good shade range. You can't see that. I might insert a picture if I can find one, but their shade range is pretty good. There's 36. There are 32 shades on Sephora. It's $56 for the brush. As you can see in the demo, which will be soon, I did not buy their brush. I think $56 is a lot for a brush. Yeah, as I said, it's full coverage, natural finish with half a pump of foundation. I, put in my notes, make sure to use it the way they say on Sephora. And honestly, I think that is the best way to use it, in my opinion. It just goes on perfectly. One thing I did want to mention as well, this has a lot of dimethicone in it. Dimethicone is the second ingredient, and then as you go down in the ingredients, there is like other types of dimethicone as well, which is kind of like, it's overkill. So if you don't like dimethicone, this might not be a go for you. There is also sunflower seed extract and jojoba esters. Not sure what jojoba esters are. I know like jojoba is an oil, so oil's in it. This is not limited edition. They are cruelty-free and vegan. Pretty rad for Hourglass. Like, come on, let's give them a hand for that one. And yeah, I think that is all I really need to share with you about the foundation. Pretty expensive. Let's just swatch it on my good hand here. Okay, look at this. See, see, that matches my skin and I'm mad about it. Oh. So yeah, let's just hop into the portion of the video where I tell you how I feel about this product. This is the bluntness, okay? There is a learning curve a bit to this foundation because as you'll see in my demo, if you use too much, it's going to look terrible. It's going to sit in your fine lines and it's going to literally happen in 3 seconds. And I thought it was very presumptuous of Laura Lee when she did her video on the, like she was talking about it in a video. I don't think she did a dedicated video, but like she was talking about it in a video and like she was like, well, people said it sat in their fine lines. There is no way. And it's like, that's presumptuous to think that, you know, like, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm saying that if you apply too much, it will sit in your fine lines. If you take a beauty blender and like pump out, even like if you're trying to do like the half a pump method and you're trying to use a beauty blender, it's just terrible. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work well. Now, if you want to like get all over your face with it and then go in with the beauty blender, that works. I do that all the time because I love that like flat finish that the beauty blender gives you. But you just can't, it just doesn't work that well to use an actual beauty blender for this foundation. Another thing, a pump. One pump should be really all you need to cover your face. You won't think so at first. At first you'll be like, I don't know. But as you start to buff it onto your face, you're going to see the coverage. Like you're gonna see it, it's going to really like mask your face. Like when you see me in the beginning of this demo, like go from here to the beginning of that demo with this cheek. Like it's completely different. But yeah, I really do like this foundation as long as you use it the way it is prescribed. I think that for people that, you know, have a heavy hand, I don't think this, you're gonna have to be careful with this. This is powerful. Hourglass makes some bomb foundations for covering the skin, and I just think that this is another one of them. I am definitely going to use this foundation, but I'm going to be careful while using it. But yeah, let's go into the demo because that's what I'm kind of more excited about. I want you guys to see like the transformation of how much coverage this has, and like it's matching me pretty good. So I will say I think porcelain is my shade right now, but I do kind of like myself better in the shell. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get into that demo because I'm excited for you guys to see the transformation. Alright guys, so to demonstrate this foundation, I wanted to kind of make sure that you guys can see what my skin looks like right now. I'm like verging on that time, so I have some breakouts, some active breakouts, and then I also have a lot of redness from like acne from before. So yeah, this is what my face looks like. I have some serious ones, right, like not serious, but like some really red ones right here, and then in between here I have, you know, just scarring and whatnot along my cheek here as well. There's some redness in here, and then the rest of my face is like completely clear, like nothing's going on anywhere else. I know I have hormonal acne. I'm not sure, I don't know, it's just a thing that's been in my life for a while. So the Vanish I was gonna say the Vanish Stick Foundation, the Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. Very expensive, all right? When I bought this, I actually bought this in porcelain because I'm so much less tan right now, and I got a little sample in shell, which is my stick foundation color. I actually prefer the shell a little bit. I don't know why, but with this foundation, I found that because this one is just a little bit light, I don't know if it doesn't meld with my face as well. Like, I don't know. But today we are going to use the porcelain one and hope for the best. And I'm actually going to follow the rules of what Hourglass says on my face today. I am going to use a brush. I do not have their brush. Their brush I think is like $65, but I am on the Sephora website right now on my phone, and I'm just gonna really quickly talk about what they say. And you know, there's been a lot of like odd reviews, so I wanted to really like kind of, I'm sorry you have to look at my face while it's not have any makeup on in my brows, but see, I turn my brows every day. Anyway, so it says step 1, hydrate. This formula does not require primer. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna do a bit of a wear test today. I'm gonna put the Hourglass primer on one side of my face and no primer on the other side, and we'll see what happens. It says use half a pump, and that is like a serious thing. I think you need to definitely be careful how much you're using. It says work in sections, dot onto the face and blend using your preferred tool. Step 4, set. So for full coverage, which is usually what I'm going for, it says use a brush with densely packed bristles to lay down more product for instant full coverage. Use short circular motions to blend. So like kind of like that. Now I like to tap, so I think that works pretty good with this as well. And it says Hourglass recommends their Veil Seamless Finishing Foundation Brush sold separately, which is like $70. It says for diffused coverage, use a brush with flexible bristles to disperse product for lighter coverage. Use long sweeping motions to evenly distribute pot product. Yada yada yada. Number 2 brush for that. It is sold separately. And then for a luminous finish, a damp makeup sponge adds luminosity. Tap and press the makeup sponge to evenly blend. I do not like a makeup sponge with Hourglass foundations. I don't know what it is. I tried using a sponge several times, and for the entire application, it's just not possible. You use too much product, it gets cakey, you know, your fine lines are all like everywhere. It's just ridiculously bad. So if you die hard love a sponge, I use a sponge all the time, but obviously I can use a brush when it looks better, and it will look better. I'm telling you, it's gonna look better if you use a brush with this foundation. And like, I'm not saying you can't like blot here and there, because when you're using a brush, and this is why I don't really like brushes for my foundations, is it's going to leave kind of a streaky finish regardless. So, you know, tap, that's okay, but it's just not good when you're using just the Beauty Blender. You use too much and then it looks like a cakey mess. This is super full coverage, and it will cover amazingly if you know how to use it. So anyway, I've read the directions and I'm going to do it exactly the way they tell you to. I'm going to take a brush, I'm going to use a very small amount, and we're gonna get it onto my face. They have a couple pro tips here. Mix 1 quart of a pump of foundation with the Veil Translucent Setting Powder for like targeted coverage. And it says apply in a targeted area to hide imperfections and to set and brighten. Hourglass recommends using their number 8 large concealer brush. Now, I'd kind of like to try that out today. I do have their finishing powder. Just one sec. Their finishing powder right here, and it's actually going to be in a product regretfully, but we might want to try that today. I might try it on a little bit of this side of the face. So we will try that. I'm gonna get a little bit of that powder out if we're gonna try that. But I honestly don't like that powder. It flashes back on me, and I don't know why. Everybody loves it, but like all these like Instagram and influencers are like, oh, I really love it. How? It flashes back like crazy. But anyway, let's get into this. I have washed my hands. My hands are nice and clean. Obviously, if you have acne, you really want to make sure you're washing your hands. I'm going to take the Hourglass. What is this? Is this, yeah, Veil, Mineral Veil. And I really love this primer, especially with the stick foundation. It is super smoothing. That might have been like a little bit too much. Then we're gonna shake, 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 shake the foundation, shake the foundation. Because I'm thinking maybe like the more concentrated one, the reason why I like it more is because it doesn't have to be shook as much. So we're gonna shake. All right. Beautiful, beautiful bottle, by the way. Like such a cool kind of concept. And then, as they said, half a pump. Now I go extra and I usually use about half a pump per side of the face. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use half a pump on this side, probably half a pump on that side, depending on what the coverage of their like concealer method is. But let's just, this is how much, like literally, let's do this. That I would say is probably about half a pump. And I'm gonna,
Let's go.
Alright guys, I look like a ghost, but literally, like, look at how well that covered. Now, I will say, if you're going the concealer route where you're trying to mix it with the powder, do it after you've done your foundation and then go back in because it's going to be the exact same shade as your foundation. Just getting a tissue to clean this up because obviously the powder makes it a little teeny weeny bit dry, but it does stick very well to like those areas, I will say that. But yeah, another thing, if you have, like I have, like not even fine lines anymore, they're literal lines on, they're literal lines on my forehead. I've always thought about getting Botox, but I never have. So you're going to want to be really careful about those areas. You're going to want to blend those areas really well with the brush. And like, honestly, I'm really happy that the wrinkles I do have are on my forehead. I am 29. Because like if they had been anywhere around here, like my smile lines, you can't see them when I'm not smiling, and like under my eyes is pretty good, so I'm thankful for that, because you know, then you know, at least I don't have to worry about that quite yet. But yeah, I'm gonna put my concealer, all that kind of stuff, powder, bronzer, blush, everything, and I will, you know, keep it up, like I will speed it up. And yeah, I'm going to do a brow tutorial sort of today as well. So after I'm done doing, you know, a couple other review based things that I want to do to my face, I will come back and I will show you the full, you know, makeup look for the day, and we will continue on to see how long this lasts, how long it's going to take before it breaks up on me, because it does break up on me. I've used it at least 15 times now. I know it definitely does, but I think that the stick breaks up on me as well. I just love the finish of their products. Like, it's a very natural looking finish. Now, if you have dryness on your face, I do think that it may accentuate it. Sometimes I have dryness on my nose and it does cling a little bit to it, so that it is something. They do not recommend this for dry skinned people anyway. Look it up on the website. Anyway, more about that later on. Let's continue with this getting ready. Alright guys, well that is the final look. If you would like to see why I have two-tone eyes today, I am doing a review on the Huda Beauty Metal Matte, so make sure you either subscribe, or I will put it up here, which I think this will probably come out first, but if it doesn't, I will have it linked up here. So yeah, you know, subscribe, watch another video. Maybe you'll like my channel, maybe you won't. I don't know. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I have some really exciting fun things. I am taking some of my limited edition palettes and putting them together in Z palettes. I am depotting things and I'm having so much fun. So yeah, stay tuned for that if you like some depotting. Also, my project pan is coming up soon. I am just picking the items for it, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever. Mwah. Bye.